Sp00nTale, Part 2. Sam stared out across the open plains ahead of them. Grisma had disappeared into the woods not long ago to gather firewood. Glancing below, the cliff face dropped more than 30 feet before dropping into jagged rocks. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" Grisma's voice made Sam jump. "Yes, what's it called?" he asked, turning to face the wizard, who had already placed some firewood down. "That, young Samuel, is the Plains of Eden." Sam turned and peered back at the plains. The sun was disappearing behind the distant rolling hills. "It looks so peaceful. Are we going through there?" "Good heavens, no." Sam didn't understand the reply. "Why not, Grizz?" He heard Grisma grunt at the nickname he'd been given. "They may look peaceful." Grizz had joined Sam at the ledge now. "But these plains are more treacherous than a haunted graveyard, my young friend. They're said to be inhabited by the spirits of great magicians and dragons, but those are just fairy tales." "So what makes them so dangerous, then?" "The openness. Fields like these are the hunting grounds of Endermen." "Endermen?" Sam wasn't quite sure what the word meant. "Yes. Endermen are the beasts of the end world. It's the darkest place known. Only the most powerful sorcerers have ever made it there. There's only one possible place to be able to get into the end world, the stronghold of Herobrine. Herobrine was a powerful magician, Samuel, but he didn't want to use his powers, his gifts, for any type of good. He only had thoughts of control, corruption. And he was defeated by the great warrior Notch and banished to the end world. Now the only thing that can pass through the barrier are the Endermen, and not many of them reside in our world. But these plains hold the most ever seen in a single place. If you ever come across one, lad, do not, and I mean it, do not look in their eyes. Few men have survived." Sam chuckled in an attempt to reassure himself. "I think I'll pass on the plains." "Good choice, Samuel. Now, how about we have some food?" Grizz lit the fire and handed Sam a piece of bread. "Eat it slowly, so it will fill you up. We have a small amount of food before we make it to the elves." "Okay." Sam nodded in understanding and took a small bite, careful to take his time chewing the bread. He pulled the hood over his head. Stepping from the darkness, 4 figures followed closely behind him, their robes swishing around their feet, tossing up dust. Hands on sword hilts, they pushed their way into the house. But the house was dark and silent. Cursing, he slammed his fist on the wooden table, collapsing it under his strength. He had outsmarted them. He had received the note and realized exactly what it meant. "Burn it," he spat. "Burn it to the ground." He pushed between the others and headed back down the mountain. Sam couldn't sleep. It was simple, really. Grizz had the loudest snore that Sam had ever heard. Rolling onto his back, Sam tossed another piece of wood on the fire. Flames licked at the piece of oak before spreading to its dry bark. Sam stared up at the stars. "Why me? Why did this have to happen to me?" He let himself get lost in his thoughts. Why did I have to find this stupid spoon? What would even make someone kill for such a thing as a spoon? Sure, it had gold on it, but that wouldn't be worth much. Diamonds were the big things these days anyways. Gold was worthless, just a cheap, worthless waste of time and resources. He was in the middle of a thought when a twig snapped to his left. "Who's there?" He jumped up. Silence replied. "Hello?" He took a step away from the fire, closer to the darkness. "Come closer, boy," a voice hissed out at him. "Who are you?" Sam asked. "Names do not matter. All that matters is the message I carry for you." "I demand to know this message." "You boy will die. If you continue this quest, your very heart will stop." Sam stopped moving. "How do you know this?" No answer came back from the darkness. "Hello?" Sam stood still for seconds, minutes, maybe even an hour, waiting for an answer, but no answer came. With worry in his mind, he lay back down and finally fell asleep. "Samuel." He turned to the voice. a voice he hadn't heard since he was 6 years old. Mother? Her figure stood in front of him now, surrounded with mist and dressed as she had been the day his parents had died. You have to be strong, Samuel. I don't want to do this, Mother. How am I supposed to save the world? Be strong, Samuel. The figure of his mother vanished, melting into the mist. Sam blinked. Wake up, boy. His entire body shook. Wake up! That's all I've written so far, guys. In my opinion, it's not as good as the first part, but let me know in the comments below. Continue, or, like I said last video, just let the story be lost in the writer's mind. It's up to you guys, so you just tell me below in the comment section, and we'll continue this thing. Thanks for listening, guys.